Alright, time to catch up on a few wrap-ups. So I've got two beds to talk about. First is my bed, aka the Shogun. This was a project sponsored by Sleeping Duck mattress company, and this was built in November last year. And due to one reason or another, we didn't get around to publishing it until this year. Been very happy with the bed, as has my cat. There are quite a few things I do differently the second time around. First of which would be a much better quality blade for the bandsaw for cutting the legs. Being more aware of drift at the bandsaw, which I really wasn't last time, which would have made it a lot easier to get straighter cuts. Probably would have used blackwood in small quantities rather than staining the yoke, but that's fine. It looks nice. At the time I didn't have the 1/8 inch roundover bit, which I probably should have used on the platform. So far no one has had a bloody shin from running into it, so it's just one of those things you get used to it being there. Which we are very glad it is. We put things like tissue boxes or our phones or drink bottles or whatever on there, and the cat loves to walk around it. He'll do a patrol most nights around the whole perimeter, say hello to both of us, which is very lovely. Probably within the first, when I say first week, might have even been the first night, the cat decided to jump up onto the headboard, and there's a nice big scratch out of it, which has gone straight through the stain. Being a Bengal, he has quite strong, sizable claws, but that's fine. It's not necessarily meant to be perfect. Definitely need to get new sheets because these don't really match, but that's down the list. The side tables both need to go, so I don't know if you can quite see them in shot, but they're very red. They suited the old bed just fine. So they're on the list, as well as some bedside lamps. You can't quite see it, but I've got a whole bunch of LEDs there that we've been playing with. If you followed me on Instagram, you'll probably have seen the lamp prototype I've been working on. As for the mattress, well, they're not paying me to say this, but we've really quite liked it. Surprisingly, so has the cat. Since we put the mattress down, he's stopped sleeping in his shark bed, which is a disappointment because it was very cute. And he's in here every night on my legs, which is great, except we've only really had the mattress over summer, so it's been quite warm with the cat going, no, this is the place to sleep. The second bed I can't show you because that has been dropped off to friends, so that was commissioned for them, from them, for them. They love that. That came out really quite well. I hope you enjoyed the more artsy look at it, because for a project that size, just the sheer, it's just the sheer size of it. There's a lot of material. It takes up most of the workshop. It's very difficult to do narration for something like that, I find. Tables are a little bit easier because they don't typically take up as much space all at once. So for me, on that project, I've learned I really hate miters. The slot cutting bit is basically a dado stack for the router table, which is quite nice, and I kind of wish I had that for doing a lot of mum's furniture for the panels. That would have made it a lot easier to do that using the router table rather than either a plunge router or dado stack for that, since they were non-through cuts, a bit trickier to do. The finish for that, once again, was the same on this, which was Organ Oil's Danish oil, and then a coat of shellac on top of that. For beds, you don't really need much in the way of wood protection, so whatever makes it look nice is good enough. Hopefully that'll be the last bed I do for a while. They're quite exhausting, at least on that scale. Partially the density of the wood, though Tassie oak's not that dense, but it just is so much material. It's quite laborious at times, lifting all the timber. So my friends did have a Sleeping Duck mattress as well, at my recommendation, sort of, but that didn't work out for them, so they tried it for 100 days or 100 nights, whatever the trial is, and sent it back, had no issues whatsoever. So they were very pleasantly surprised that Sleeping Duck did live up to their reputation Their mattress, Sleeping Ducks mattress, is more of a one size fits all, but there are always going to be outliers on either end of the spectrum that it's just not comfortable for, and that's what the trial is for, so yay for them. I think building beds, for me, one of the most stressful things is, will the mattress fit? Will it fit well enough that you can get your fingers down to make the bed, that sort of thing. If you have like a mock-up of a mattress, that would be fine. I always worry that between different mattress makes and models, that although they're supposed to be, I think it's 15-30 wide, there could be some variance there, and so far there hasn't been, but that doesn't stop me from being paranoid about it. So let me know if you enjoyed the more artsy style video. I don't intend on doing that every week. It was fun to do, fun to play with the range of lenses I've got. So the whole thing was shot on prime lenses. Majority of it on a old Olympus OM1 mount lens. I think it was a 28mm f2.8. or on my macro lens, which is a Sigma, I can't remember whether it's an EF or EFS mount, f2.8 105mm macro, which is a lovely lens, very sharp, awful in autofocus, but it is fun to play with for those very tight shots. I think that's enough for this video. In the next wrap up, I will cover the drill press table and whatever is next. Thanks for watching.